So secretly, how does Jbird really view himself against Virginia? And different things. We all do size ourselves up. We may be like, hey, I've got a better fashion sense than Denny's. That may be something that you might think.
I don't think I got a better fashion sense than Denny's. He keeps it simple. He wears 3 shirts.
Yeah.
That's smart.
It works.
He's the Steve Jobs of the Palm Beaches.
He is. He's got it down, though. I haven't seen that one for a while. That's the Garfield cat long sleeve. Oh, it's the cold weather, isn't it?
Yeah, he's broken it out before. Garfield, that sticks out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does.
If you have that out, people, you wore that before.
So we've done many different pairings here on the show, and Virginia's already sized herself up against Jbird, so we figured today it's time to let him return the favor. How does he view himself in different categories against Virginia here? So this is better or worse, more or less, Jbird. This is a game of self-perception where you reveal basically how you rate yourself against other members of the show. Okay, so I got 5 different questions here for you. The first one is, what do you think? Is your general intelligence more or less than Virginia's?
It depends on what we're talking about here. Am I allowed to break it down slightly to work it out?
Let's say, for instance...
I have some examples.
Okay. Let's just say that I need some help. I am doing a paper for college, and my paper might happen to be, say, for instance, on animals. Should I ask Virginia to help me write this paper, or should I ask you?
You should ask me only because I've been to the dance and I've done it before, and I've done it. I've written plenty of college papers. I actually do have my degree. Okay. I know I sound like I'm a mess and I'm very stupid, but on that particular instance, I would say come to me.
If we gave an IQ test, do you think you would have a higher IQ than Virginia?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Ignorance is bliss.
She's great at adult stuff, and she's organized, and she can sound smart when she's doing the adult stuff. I don't have to answer anybody, so I don't have to always do adult stuff.
Yeah.
So it sounds like I'm really, Jason's so out of control. He's gonna, if he walks outside, he's gonna get hit by a bus, and I get that. I'm out of control on that end, but again, I live by myself, and I don't have anyone to answer to. So she's got to keep her stuff on point when it comes to that.
Okay.
So she's definitely smarter when it comes to adulting.
Okay.
But overall, giving it to the bird.
Okay. I like that. I like the confidence. It's good. It's what it should be.
I like how she's laughing at me.
Yeah, you don't have to necessarily agree, but it's revealing. Just be like, okay, when they kind of like, in their heart of hearts, they really do believe.
Then I'm also thinking street smarts. I think she's got street smarts, but I also think...
Yeah, I'm just talking if I said an IQ test, and that pretty much that zeroes right in on it.
Well, to me, when you say just, I've met some really, really smart, book smart people that are very dumb when it comes to just, if you're doing a whole syllabus of life, I would not trust them because just because they're book smart doesn't mean they're necessarily smart.
We have this argument in my family all the time because we have one that scholastically stands out, and there's a lot of debate. Like, yeah, well, he doesn't know how to cross the street, you know.
No, he knows how to build the street.
Right.
He's going to own the street one day.
So we have this argument a lot in our family where, you know, some people in the family, they argue, okay, so I'm not this or that, or, you know, I'm not a member of Mensa, but, you know.
Okay.
I am still smarter. And like, okay. And I'm always, to me.
Tell me your story.
I'm always intrigued with people's self-perceptions. And, you know, because I think we tend to give ourselves sometimes more credit than we deserve.
If there's parts in my life that Virginia would absolutely be awesome at that I'm terrible at.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the same thing works for intelligence thinking that it does for like how you perceive yourself about being a nice person. No one walks around thinking they're evil.
Sure, yeah.
People think they're good and nice and smart, even the dumb ones.
I don't know. I think some people do think they have low self-esteem and they don't feel like they're a good person. I think that happens more than you think.
Sure, but I think by and large, people have a way better perception of themselves than the reality.
Well, I've talked to people who you might deem as rude or jerky, and they have ways of kind of justifying, you know, how they do that. And, you know, so it's kind of fascinating. Like somebody be like, oh, they're a terrible person, they're mean. But they're like, no, here's the reason why I do that. I may just be blunt, or I may just be this, or I may just have low tolerance for that, and I'm not going to let you walk all over me kind of thing. So they're going, okay. So it is kind of interesting how we all kind of justify our behaviors and how we really do. This is a look inside your self-esteem and how you do view yourself.
This is how you sleep at night.
Sure.
You have to think good things about yourself.
Yes.
I do think you're smart, though, Virginia.
Whatever.
I do. I think we've worked with a bunch of smart people.
Let's put it to the test. Let's take this test.
I love it. Let's take an IQ test. That sounds like so much fun. Good radio bit too. We should do the whole thing live on the air.
Okay.
Off air.
Second question here for better, worse, more or less. Jbird, would you say that you are more or less funny than Virginia? What would you say?
She's got a different kind of funny than me. She's better at mean funny. I'm better at goofy funny.
Okay, so different styles.
But overall, if you want, because I don't want to be politically correct here.
If we had to go back to that one idiot program director that once upon a time was telling us, your laughs per minute, it's about how many. Who do you think makes people laugh more listening to this show?
I think I'm slightly more funny than Virginia.
Okay. Good. All
I
right.
think I'm slightly more universal than her. She turns off half of her audience and she goes after men. Okay,
You're the everyman's.
No, believe me, there's a lot of people who hate my act too. I'm just saying, less people probably hate my act than her.
Yeah.
But I have people who absolutely hate what I say and do on everything I do. Everything I do. It's just terrible.
And they're very vocal and social.
Oh, people are so mean, but whatever.
Okay. So then the next question here, number 3 here out of 5, for better, worse, more or less. Do you have more or less talent for radio than Virginia?
It's a tough one because she's got great talent behind the scenes. She's good with salespeople when she's not fighting with them. She's great at commercials.
Yep.
She's great at that kind of stuff.
That is radio talent, yes. Broadcasting talent.
But then again, I think I'm a little bit quirkier, and I think I bring a little bit more content to the table, which would make your
Creativity.
life easier.
It all balances out, yeah.
It really does, because there's on
And
air.
there may not be a right answer. It's just your perception.
I'm really going to sound like a jerk if I say me again.
Well, I mean, this is great. I think this is good because it's just you have a healthy self-esteem. That's all this is. There's nothing wrong with saying. We feel so guilty to say me, but there's nothing wrong with that. It just means that you've got a healthy self-perception.
I'll tell you why I end up winning. It's because I'm the kind of person that literally would sleep on the floor anywhere to still do this job. And
More
I
of a
don't-
heart for radio.
Yeah, and I don't think Virginia has that. I would go
No doubt
above and
about
beyond for stunts to make the audience.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
Did she ever pierce your belly button for no reason?
Actually, it's a bloodbath. I'm way better than radio than Virginia. Now that I've worked it out.
Okay, 2 more here. Self-perception. Do our coworkers like you more or less than Virginia?
They like me more.
Okay.
They definitely like me more. And
That's an easy one.
I don't mean
that one came out real quick.
Yeah, I'm just saying over.
I got no problem with that.
That's just it. That's why they don't like her, because she has no problem with that.
I'm fine.
That was absolutely easy.
If you don't like me, it's because you're a jerk.
I think yeah, it's definitely they like me better.
Okay, next up here, final one. Better, worse, more or less. Are you more or less honest than Virginia?
I think Virginia's more honest.
Okay.
I think sometimes I hide behind the facade of being goofy to make people laugh. I'll give Virginia the nod on more honest.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
All right.
Virginia, any final thoughts?
I mean, I'm kind of lying on that one because I had to give her 1.
So literally, you're not honest. You're proving your own point.